It's the Texas weather discussion video for Tuesday, the 28th of November. I'm Donovan Neal. A cold front comes in by dry fashion by tomorrow. We should remain comfortable and quiet throughout the rest of this week, with signs of potentially Arctic air coming into the state by middle of next week. We'll talk more about that. Let's take a look at the water vapor satellite view. Obviously, we're in a dry air mass. We have a shortwave trough in the Four Corners area that's pushing a subtropical jet stream to the east, and a pretty mild morning, mostly in the 50s for many major metropolitan areas. DFW already about to approach the 60s in some spots, but we should warm nicely to the mid 70s, so we don't have to worry about cold temperature. We don't have to worry about being cold for the rest of the day. Across the nation, most of the cooler air in the lower 48 is in the mountainous regions near Montana and Idaho and Wyoming and some of those adjacent areas. We remain nice and comfortable today and throughout the rest of this week, and surprisingly quiet in the watch warning map. Really nothing to talk about because it's just silent right now, and silent on the convective outlets other than a risk for thunder for mainly parts of Oklahoma and parts of the southern Florida Keys. No organized severe weather is expected. This is the average rainfall for the next 7 days. This is valid through Tuesday of next week, Tuesday, December 5th, and you can see that this model has increased the amount of rain, has increased the idea of the amount of rain that we get with next week's pressure storm system, and you can see about 1/4 of an inch of rain for most locations in North Texas. Again, that's basically stuff that we see next week, so we have to worry about that with time. We remain quiet and dry for the rest of this week. Out in the tropics, the 2017 Atlantic hurricane season ends later this week, and you can say it's pretty much done at this point. So let's go to the models. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid today at 12 noon, and you can see that shortwave trough passing to the east, to the west of here. We remain in a ridge, and we remain pretty dry today. It should be particularly breezy it should be breezier than yesterday, with winds gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Too low to warrant a wind advisory, but it should be windy today. Again, highs should be in the mid-70s. Now by Wednesday, a cold front comes through here by dry fashion, which should drop temperatures down to the mid-60s. We start the day in the low 40s, and same thing on Thursday. We start the day in the low 40s, but we should warm nicely to the mid-60s. Friday, almost the weekend, we basically stay in the mid-60s. Excellent weather for high school playoff games throughout the day. Saturday, pretty much the same thing. We remain sunny and dry in the mid-70s, and same thing on Sunday. Now go out to Monday of next week. This is where things get a little interesting. Monday, we do stay dry on Monday with highs in the low 70s. Clouds may start to increase, but we'll definitely stay dry. And here's a week from today, Tuesday the 5th of December. We have a trough. We have trough passing we have a trough in the western states near California, and that's a pretty dry look. Just kidding. We do have a couple of we may have a couple of scattered showers here and there develop as a cold front and surface low pushes into our area during the day on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. But right now on Tuesday, we could see a few scattered showers or storms. We could see a few scattered showers and storms here and there in parts of the region. They would be few and far between, but at least it'll be something. So let's keep going here. This is Wednesday or Thursday, December 6th or 7th, and you can see if that were to verify, that would be a widespread rain chant. That would be a widespread rain event, obviously, for much of the state in North Texas, which would mean snow potential for parts of the Panhandle. But understand that this is still quite a ways out, and a lot of things can and will change. but bottom line is cooler and wetter air is coming. Yeah, cooler and wetter air is coming. So let's go out to 10 days. This is the end of the forecast period. On Friday, the 8th of December, we have a cold trough passing to the southwest of us, and that's a pretty dry look. We could see a potential wintry mix, but most models, all of the global models, tend to agree on a cold air mass. On a cold Arctic air mass reaching down to the region on during the middle of next week. So we're just gonna have to worry about that with time. But but let's just keep going here. This is Tuesday the 12th of December. This is a little ways out, about 2 weeks, and you can see all the cold. You can see the risk for snow on the backside of the surface low, and if that were to verify, that would be a dual severe weather threat and a snow threat for the parts of this country. For parts of the southeast. Keep in mind that they're still in their late severe weather season, and severe weather is still very well possible in this region. Instability values actually remain high, especially for this time period. But understand that this is still in the land of voodoo, and there's no skill in the specific forecast past 10 days. So we're just going to have to worry about that with time. But the bottom line is most models are starting to agree on a new surge of Arctic air reaching the continental United States by the middle of next week, and that's reflected in the temperature anomalies on Wednesday, December the 13th, and that's also reflected on the numbers for the next 15 days. Obviously, we remain nice and dry. We remain nice and dry through December 4th, but as soon as we get to December the 6th on Wednesday, highs should only reach the mid-50s and lows down into the 30s. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today. I'll have more notes in the blog. The next video here should be posted at around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, and if you can, catch your local TV stations on the air at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and Godspeed.